The whole time had my mic off. Lucky I seen it. Fujin, what's good? JR. Oh, you big guy. XL Daily says, stop talking to yourself. It did the same thing that it did last time where I had to reset the... Like, stop the stream and start it again. I don't know why it does that. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit nervous. Because, like, OBS can play up if you just close it or like, you don't... You know when you, like, log out of something and then you, like, cross out and then it says, are you sure you want to exit? If you don't do it that way, OBS can frag out. And I was trying to say, run it in safe mode and don't use any of your plugins and all this other carry on. And I was like, oh no, boys. Oh no, we're not. Hopefully we're not doing. Hopefully it's not going to go that route. But I'm glad I can see you guys chat. I'm glad I can see you guys here. I'm glad it's all kind of moving. It's all kind of moving together, boys. Everything seems to say it's connected. The only thing I can't see is I can't see some stats. AFK, what's good? My manzy, my man. Monsieur, hello. How are you, big guy? How's it going, big dog? Quickly jump over in Twitch. Make sure, hopefully, the chat's going to come through. Gents, so Fast and Range Ultimate, what a lovely surprise. And I don't know if you guys noticed something different, but we're doing a bit of a test run at the moment, and it's very similar to what our normal farming run looks like. The numbers are very close, boys. Very close. So by 4,000 waves, I want to be hitting 150 plus an hour, and we look like we're on track to hit that. We may be even gonna surpass it. I got a PB last tourney. Wow, 2,800 waves. First place was 3,400 waves, bro. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. 2,800 waves is wild. That's 1,300 waves in the overheat mechanic. That's like... That puts things like a lot into perspective for me. Like, now that we've hit overheat a few times, that it's like, damn, like the sheer number of raw stats that like a lot of you big fellas have, definitely put it in perspective. Like, obviously we know that the big guys are big, but when you get a little bit of a taste of what the boys are up against, holy moly, boys, holy moly. Wonder if I can see my stats. Stats popping up. What's this? What's this tab? Nah, I don't want that stupid tab. Right, boys. So, we are going to get into it. Unfortunately, I didn't get everything that I needed to begin the test run. I was trying to get it like Thursday, Friday, but I didn't get everything that I needed. And I was a little bit like, damn it. But look, it is what it is. It is what it is, boy. Boys. What's going on with this activity feed? Let's just say I don't want to touch too much things on OBS. We might end up up Shit's Creek. So, boys, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to let this thing run its course while I'm asleep, and then we'll be able to get back to it. But for a little bit of a little tidbit for you boys, this is kind of what we're playing around with, this combination. This so I can get perma it's basically like a bridge or a band-aid. This, because a little bit of black hole coverage, I probably should be setting up Harmony Conductor. But it's only 5-star. It's already 5-star. It was 5-star a long time ago. I shouldn't have made it 5-star. So I'm thinking it's probably more beneficial to save that for if we're desperate for it as a farm mod. Otherwise, save it as a tourney mod so we can get rid of Ohm Chip. But we basically just need something in this slot. Check out the rolls. This cost me 7 mil. 8 mil. This cost me 3 mil. And then, like, I didn't bother going for the Ancestral. And there's probably an argument to have that, hey, look, with this, with running, like, Dimcore as the main, we could probably go for more, like, GT bonus and use the 201 stat for black hole duration. All this sort of stuff to try to move closer towards getting rid of this and putting Singularity Harness back in. And I should probably swap that out for BA or something like that. But at the moment I already know that there's a number of holes that I need to plug. That's kind of obvious. It's probably like too soon to be doing it. But doing a couple test runs and seeing like how far away it is, that's pretty common for all of us, eh boys? That's pretty common for how we test stuff. Test, rinse, repeat. Test, find the holes, plug the holes, rinse, repeat. Over and over and over and over. It's kind of the name of the game. JR, bro, that last 20, I was so nervous because I was going to get demoted because of the range ult. Tried project funding and DC one last time and actually done quite well to let me stay. Let's go. Richard, my man. Range ult again today and very similar strat. I hope it works out for you again, dude. Honestly, I hope it worked out for you again. I wish I didn't 5-star my Harmony Conductor. Hoping for new modules with good core so I could get 2 copies. Or better yet, substat presets. 100%. 100%. Damn, this kills me to do this because I was super interested as my first run. How we were going to get on. So the target to beat is by the end of the run. Like, cells obviously have already smoked using MVN. But the target for me to beat is 170 Q an hour by the end of the run. But, look boys, it is the end of the run. For us, because we've got to do this, and we are 6 keys away from presets. 6 keys, boys. 6 keys. I better double check that. Should be 50. 50. So this is the only time that I'll request this, my friends. But if yous know that you can beat me in tourney, please don't join this one. It's the only time I'll ask you not to join this one, just in case it could be the difference between us getting 6, 4 or 2 keys. We got absolutely smoked in the last tourney. We were like, did like 1500 waves and we're like 30 waves off not getting key. It was absolutely brutal bracket. And then like all the packs and everything had rolled over as well, so heaps of people who picked up any toys would have wanted to be testing, you know, their new things that they got and stuff like that. So yeah, we got absolutely spanked. So if we're gotten like 4 keys, then all we'd need to get is 4 keys this tourney. But unfortunately, we have to get a good bracket because we need 6. I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like Lady Luck may not be on our side, but we will always hope for Le Marshmallow. For the marshmallows, boys. I'll tell you what we did do today. This morning, actually, super early in the morning. We had a little bit of a get-together with Sam. And she just went over the stuff for the content creator program. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Just yarns, boys. Just yarns. No leaks, no secret information in that. Just yarns. Just yarns for the boys. But it was cool. It was cool. It was good to, you know, everyone kind of get together, that sort of thing. Even though, like, I was just pretty much for the most part listening. And, like, there was a few things that I wanted to ask. But, boys, I was sitting on the toilet. I wasn't about to ask while I was sitting on the toilet. That would be wild. And then by the time it was time to get off the toilet, the show was over, boys. The show was over. But she was just like a general catch up, what her kind of plans for everything kind of was. You know, like where she sees this, where she sees that, what her goals are. I mean, they started talking about the stuff about like the creator program and how we get stuff in that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have a clue what any of them were talking about. I don't know if it was like a follow-up to another conversation or anything. I was just kind of chilling with it, boys. I was just listening in and chilling with it. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna go for a big ass range, boys, because I'm super nervous about getting chipped down. Let's do that. Thank you. Oh, we could probably do this. Get a little bit more extra health. Yeah, boys. So once again, if yous know that yous can smoke me, this will be the only tourney that I ask is that you don't join, just to try to increase the chances that I get with people that can't smoke me, so that we can hopefully get 6 keys. If we get 6 keys, boys, we're up. We are so up. Alright. And another thing, if you know that I can beat you, please join this tourney. Alright, that's enough of that. Carry on. Hey, what's going on here? Let's do this. Probably in good clouded fashion, I've probably forgotten to do a bunch of stuff. I'll catch up with yous in a sec. Let's just get these skips done. Let's turn Poison Swamp on. Let's get rid of Black Hole. Let's set our target pro to fast. And then obviously we want something to do with range. And then we'll check the thing. Thorns. Tank's ultimate. Where did they come from? Mass enforcement. Alright, let's just see how we roll, boys. Let's just see how we roll. Let's crank all this up. Where are we at? Forgot to lock the range. Whoops. Shockwave. Alright. Now let's kick back and let's catch up with everyone. Let's go for the Marshmallow Warlord. They did you dirty on Wednesday. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Heaps of it was my own fault too. Like I was like fudging up a couple of a couple of those runs, and then like it was getting late, and then like it was a rough bracket. Like a few things were against us, boys. A few things were against us. Let's turn that death wave off. I was just looking at that to look for uptime, but it just at the end of the day, it's just maths, boys. You can sit there, you can math it out, or you could just turn the toggle on for a minute and see how much downtime you have. But I need a couple quant, so I need the one that you buy with 800 stones, and then I need the substat efficiency, and then go beyond that point, so that we kind of like mildly overcap the death wave, and then we're good, boys, and then we're good. Cold Sock, what's good? What's good? Hello to you too. Luck Mark, is it possible to get smaller brackets if you join shortly before? I think some people have had some success. Just for myself personally, that window there is like the window when I'm hanging out with my son. Like hang out with my son every Sunday. We go out, go to the gym, that sort of shit. And so that kind of like stops me mucking around in that window. Just because I prefer that time with my young fella than rather being online or playing a game or something like that. But I know some people have had some success. I haven't run my tourney yet, but I'll run it later. Hope you get the softest bracket. Dude, I hope I get the softest bracket in NZ, man. Honestly. Is your code coming out? So what they were explaining is there's like a little bit of a hold up due to how they deal with Apple iOS. So trying to get like the accurate, I suppose not accurate, because I suppose they get all that information, but we'll say like getting the information timely is like the problem that they're having with iOS. They don't have it with anyone else, but just with them, and if they can smooth that stuff over. But that's kind of what's slowing down the process and stuff a bit. But yep, there'll be one coming. I'm not going to lie, I actually forgot what I put down for my code. So I'm hoping when they email me and they say, oh, your code's been approved, I can ask them and say, fuck, what was my code? Like, I think they definitely have that kind of information somewhere. I can beat your glasses purple, yellow, diamond. What up, boys? Yeet the Fleet Jr. What's good? What's good? Like T-Pain said, blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the RNG. 100%. I need to stay up till 2 a.m. to try it. But if it works, it'll be totally worth. Damn, 2 a.m.'s when the timer switches over? What country are you? What country is it 2 a.m. when the timer swaps? Luck Mark, but family obviously comes first. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. I was one of those dumb parents. I fucked up and accidentally loved my kids. Excel Daily, good luck with the keys, big dog. Bro, I'm so nervous to check. But I also have like mentally prepared myself that the Tuesday tourney is when we will get. Oh, so yeah, after the Tuesday tourney is when we'll get the bot presets and that. Which is cool. It's cool. There's like a million things on the bucket list to do. The only thing that like I really wanted it this weekend is so over the course of the week I could trickle in dissonance runs. And I really don't want to compress it to the tail end of the week. But if we have to, we have to. It's just I don't want to do too many dissonance runs while I'm at work. You know what it's like, XL Daily, when shit's going on and you turn around and like, what is it, like 5,000 ways to max out a dissonance, and you've accidentally done like 6,500 and you're like, fuck. Oh, shit. You know, it's a bit like that. And I've got so many that I have to polish up. And I've actually really been looking forward to going to tackle it. I'm from Austria. (2 a.m. Austria). So in my country, I'm pretty sure it closes somewhere around lunchtime. I feel like I want to say 12 o'clock. Like lunchtime, 12 o'clock. So you must be like 10 hours behind us. XL Daily, don't lie. It's so you can wave your new toy in the face of the less fortunate. Dude, everybody's getting it, man. Everybody's getting it. And like, I could easily just like skip and go do something else. But a couple weeks worth of doing stuff is like, it's a long time in Towerland. A lot can happen Like, let's say, for example, from this week's, like, update to the previous week, my coins are up, like, 30-40%. From doing 2 cents of fuck all, just optimizing better. Like, literally just optimizing better. And we got, like, 30-40% gain. Like, I earned, like, 20... I've earned, like, 20 big Q this week. Like, we took all of that time, our entire existence of playing the tower, to get to 100 big Q last week. And I've already earned that, and 20% of that entire journey we've just had in the course of a week. Wild. Wild. Just through optimization. The resets every day happen at midnight UTC. I believe the time zone at NZ is plus 12, boys. Hear that? You fucking... For the UTC, you get an extra 12 inch of extra girth if you're in NZ. Hence the reset being at noon. Because it's 0800 for me every day, and I'm in plus 8 UTC. Well, that's still pretty impressive, an extra 8 inches. 8 inches is nothing to scoff at. Boys, I tell you what though, don't fucking sue me. Uncle Fuds, don't fucking smite me. But check this out, boys. Watch the screen now if you're not looking at it. Bro, the Temu Tower, boys. The Temu Tower, boys. We just have it, we tuck it behind because it's like a guilty little pleasure that I have. The thing that pisses me off the most about the Temu Tower is like taking stuff as inspiration is like just straight standard in games, especially mobile games. Somebody will set like what the template is of something successful, and then everybody kind of clones it, and then normally like the grubby clones will just fall off. They'll just like die. Because people will be like, why would I play that? I'll just play the original, the real one. And then there's normally like some really successful games that get inspiration from something and make it their own. Boys, the Temu Tower, it's like cringily copying. Like, they did a bunch of work, they reworked a bunch of stuff to change names in that, because they were literally using the same names. But still, boys, it's pretty cringe. But I tell you what, the quality of life in it, mwah, the quality of life in it. Recipes shout out for the newest Defender, G-Trap swag. Oh, Ripper shout out. I thought you said, I like reread that again, and I was like, rest in peace, is he already fallen off? Boys, the dude from my work, bro, this was like the cringiest thing, bro. He just came back from a sick leave. Like, rung up sick, whatever. And I always give the fucking huzz to, like, cunts when they ring up sick and shit. Because, you know, it's an unnecessary burden on their fellow colleagues. Is that what the rulebook says? Unnecessary burden on fellow employees or some shit. But, you know, he gets a little bit of leeway, boys. Because he's a tower defender. He gets a little bit of a leeway. So I says to him, hey bro, how you feeling? Feeling better? Oh yeah, much better, thanks, Honorul. And I was like, me? And I was like, how's that tower going? Oh, I haven't had much time to play it. Are you fucking shitting me, bro? You ring up sick. You telling me you don't have enough time to play a game that fucking plays itself? Warning, nah. That's insane. You're fired. No, I didn't. I was thinking about it though, boys. In my heart, my heart was thinking about it. Fucking little shit. You fucking son of a bitch. Fell off already. It makes a great background for the chat. Yeah, that sort of kind of like, now that they got like landmines, boys, they added in landmines and knockback and all sorts of shit. It's too samey. But it's a cool little color in the background. Like, I don't know how much people are, like, actually staring at the screen. Like, you know, like, maybe they might be doing something and then kind of, like, glance over and have a little peekaboo at if I'm like, wow, what is that? And then people will, like, have a little peek over, see what the fuss is about. But the hopes is yeah, it's just a little bit of flashing colors and something in the background for the breathers. For the breathers. Holy acid trip, the Timu Tower. The T-Mux. The Timu Tower. The T-Mux Tower. I'm pretty, like, excited for the creator program because, like, I thought it was like, look, boys, I'm not going to lie. This is what I thought it was going to be like. And I'll be honest with you, whatever. What I thought it was is they would get us all together, give us creator codes or whatever, and then start putting, like, guidelines into what we can say and how we can conduct ourselves. Not as a way of, like, controlling speech, but, like, as in a way of, like, boys, you know, I'm like the leastest politically correct cunt out of, like, all of the tower guys that post stuff. I think you guys know it by now. I don't give a fuck. I'll say whatever I want. And then I thought like it was gonna be like one of those ones, like a little bit of a strings attached. But it's not. I mean, obviously there's things like it's like you can't pick on people. You know, I'm like, hey, pick on people. But that's the best part. Nah. IRL picking on people's the best part. But, like, you know, it's just like, you know, don't be a dickhead, basically. Don't be a dickhead. So that's, like, pretty standard. You know, and it's like, sweet. And then Sam actually said, or cousin Sam said, like, well, what she's going to do is she's going to create, like, a profile for each of us. And it's going to take us through, I don't know whether you call it coaching or mentoring or stuff that's, like, unrelated to the tower. You know what I mean? Like, stuff that's like, have you tried this? Do you think like this? Could you structure this? Like, what's your niche? What's whatever? And, like, none of those sort of thoughts I've really thought about. Because, like, we're doing this for funsies, boys. And we're doing this for the yarns. We're doing this for the adlays. So it's like, it's not really like, you know, I know what my buzz is at life. And, like, I'm extremely, what do you call it? I have a high self-awareness. I know I'm not retiring and doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I know that from the start. I know what it takes, that sort of thing. We're literally doing this for the funsies. So it will be an interesting experiment to put my head in that mind state and do that sort of thing. So I'm super looking forward to it. To see what, like, you know, kind of like what Cousin Sam brings to the tables and how she can kind of help a bunch of people with some of her experience in different field or similar fields, but with different companies and that sort of thing. Hey, we got a miss. That must have been from the landmine stun. Look at that, boys. Landmine stun paying itself off, doing its dues. So I'm super interested in what the go is, boys. They talked about, like, a bunch of cool stuff. I just don't actually know, like, what some of that stuff is internal or public. I'm just assuming that everything we talked about is internal. But I'll give you a heads up, boys. Like, there was nothing juicy like There was nothing juicy like we're going V29's coming out at X date or something like that. So, you know, none of us are like gatekeeping any secrets. There's nothing like let's say like, hey, we're going to do this in this patch. What do you guys think about that? You know, there's none of that goes on. Most of the stuff is like, it's kind of standard shit, but you wouldn't think that it's standard shit. So a good example is somebody's building a website or app, or they're doing something, or they need something for the YouTube channel, and they're like, hey man, can you drop us like a JPEG of a bunch of tower assets so I can use it for thumbnails and stuff like that. You know, it's like that kind of stuff's like the conversation. And heaps of just standard conversation, like IRL conversations. Oh no, what did he take? Is it a game breaker? Deathwave. Oh, that's a S tier weapon. Don't take that. What up, nephew? Strong, my man. What's good? Thanks for joining in, man. It must be a crazy time where you are. What do you recommend for the first card mastery? Rare package chance. Even at base unlock, it's still something. It's all for the snowball. Rare package chance. The second one depends on what style you're playing. I highly recommend against EHP. I mean, you can do it. If you like eating shit. Nah. If you were born with a vagine. Nah. Sorry to all the EHP guys. You know, we just like having little digs. The next one. Fuck, now I've got to think what the masteries are. Rare package chance. Depending on the build, free ups, it's cheap. Is a good, it's not a direct econ gain, but what you can do to adjust to lock certain things and adjust your build gives a massive econ gain. I'll give you an example. If I leave bounce shots range standard, my coins will plummet like 30%. So all these little things that you can lock your range, lock the workshop orbs, lock the shockwave, lock the bounce shots, all that sort of stuff. It's a real big econ gain for very cheap. But it also depends on how much you can, how much coin economy you have to be able to lab them. Alright, we're in demon mode already. Ouch. My cloud phone's super stuttery lately. Cat is exploring the new place while the dog sleeps. Dude, my animals have been going nuts. Nuts. They've been losing their marbles today. The little fella's been doing really good. Like, really good. He's been having a few rumbles with the Macho Man, though. Macho Man's been giving him the toesing him up. And I just let him, bro. Like, they gotta, like, establish their differences. But it depends what they're fighting over, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like some barbaric shit where it's like, yeah, you know, you're kind of like egging it on or anything like that. But, you know, there's certain things, like if they're walking past and one goes like close and then they like have a rumble, that's like you intervene on that sort of shit. But let's say one of them's having a feed and it's perfectly fine if the family touch it and whatever. But if the other dog comes over and it wants a bit of a tussle, I just let them do it so they respect each other's eating. Because my pity doesn't do that. She doesn't. She eats, and she'll fend off any of the animals that go by her while she eats. But she also doesn't eat all her food, and she actually saves a bunch of her food. So she'll eat half, and then she just goes and sits back, and then lets the other animals polish off whatever's there, and then she'll come over and eat the rest. She's kind of like, she would have been a really good mum to a litter, because she'll teach like a lot of good things for how a dog should behave. Alright. This is it, boys. Let's do this. If you see somebody you know, give them a shout out. He's still an intro sprint. 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 Him. Her. She. I don't recognize any of these names. Alright, hold your breath, boys. How many campers? Okay. Okay, big guy. Alright, what could we try different? So I feel like if we try death penalty, we might be able to thin out some of the fluff. I feel like still having restorative bonus might be the one with the fast ultimate. I wish we could do like harmony conductor or something. I mean, fuck, we could do harmony conductor. It's not really bosses are the problem. Fuck it, let's just give it another go. Let's give it another nudgy, boys. Let's give it another nudgy. I'm pretty sure everything else was set up alright. They're not buds yet? Oh, they're getting there. They're getting there. Like, yeah, they're getting there. They're getting better. But I set up a camera in their hutch that they go to, whatever we want to call it, when we go to work, the chicken coop, and it's actually a chicken coop, bro. Because that's how tiny they are. And, bro, Macho Man was just fucking them up all day, eh? Like, it was actually quite sad. But, like, the puppy's to blame, too. The puppy's got, like, no chill. When Puppy goes into, like, Rumbucks mode, he like, stays in Rumble mode. I haven't really seen it, like... I've seen it in some pitties. And then kind of, like, they, you know, their eyes dilate. We call it black eye. When their eyes dilate, they go full black-eyed, and then, like... And then they just going. And, like, nothing can stop them in the world. You know, it takes you to... fucking bail them up. He's got like a little bit of that, and maybe that's like something to do with the breed. When they click into that mode where something becomes prey, like he gets locked in that prey mode and he doesn't snap out of it, and then he just goes where until one normally by that time the pity comes in and splits them up. It makes her uncomfortable when they start going, you know, to all of that shit. She normally comes up and then fucking steps them all out, and then they all settle down. She'll just come in and insert, you know, it'll be like, her name's Smooch, it'll be Smooch has entered the chat. She just kind of just comes in and enters the chat, and everybody shuts the fuck up. And nobody having the rumbucks when Smooch is there. You know, they might get a little bit carried away, but like if they go too hard out, she'll just sit on them. Like, she won't come in and bite them, but she'll just come in and sit on them to get them to stop. It's just a small dog that's a year old, so he's still immature himself, and then a baby or a puppy, and then they're learning where the boundaries are. Like how far they can push the boundaries with each other. That's all it is, really. Just figuring out like how hard to bite each other and all that sort of carry on. Big balls made me go EHP. My orbs are fine, thank you. Gave me 900 waves. Is near demoting. 900 waves is near demoting. Damn. I saw someone I know. Hey, what's up? How's the stream be today? Can you see my chat? I absolutely can, Hazel. What's good? What's good? Thanks for joining in. Sirloin, the absolute legend, bro. He's a bit of a fucking... Boy, I feel like finding this video. There's this little thing that they do with these Jack Russells, eh? And they put like a rope, and then they put like... it's like something. I don't know. They just call it the lure. The lure. And then they have like a long strip. Like they cone everything off. You muzzle up your dogs. They lock them in a box. Because they're only small little fucking things. They lock them in the box. The dogs are going nuts. They drop it like in a motocross race. They drop the thing. And then they run out. And then they chase the lure. And it's on a rope. And then some cunt's just pulling this rope. And it's down like a big channel of like a fenced off area. Like you just make a little course in the park. And then it comes right out, hits some bends, and then that rope and that lure starts going through like tunnels and shit. And it's just whoever gets to the end first. But what I really want to do with a dog, and I don't know what sort of breed would be the right breed, because you also want like a bit of longevity out of the dog. You don't want to beat them to a pulp. Is dog jawing. Now I don't know if you guys know what dog jawing is. I didn't know what the fuck it was until I seen a short. And it's basically like sledding, but on land, and you do it on a bike. And they have real big competition. So I think the number one in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure it's this dude with a husky. And I think it was a way that when a lot of the snow would melt away in those parts of the world, to keep the dogs, to get rid of that itch out of the dogs and keep them kind of match fit, they would do jawing on land. So they basically have a bike. It's got like a pole with a spring and this like long pole that comes right out. It's got a little like loop in the end, and then the rope comes down like that. And then that's just so it doesn't knot up in your tires. Because like I've had some wicked bales running my dogs. Like I had this red nose once. Here's a stupid story, boys. I had this red nose once, and my wife was heavy pregnant with our son. She was just about to have him, like, you know, they're a week or two away from having him. And I'd have to run the dog, you know, I'd been at work all day, I'd have to run the dog to burn out some steam. And, you know, you guys know what pitties are like. They got a lot of juice in them. So I'd have to like wrap chains around his neck to just make him get tired faster. And I was running him one day, and we went way up the street, and then when we went to come back, we were like boosting down the road, and then out of nowhere, out of one of the streets, a whole rugby team came out. So they're obviously like training in that, and they're cutting laps and shit. And this whole rugby team come out, and he like looked at them, and then he went to go have a go at them. So like we're like this full pace, he's full sprint, full pace, and he's chained to, here's the handlebars and that other little part where it comes in the frame, that's what he's chained to. And he launched and ripped the handlebars. I went straight over top, put the hands out, because, you know, whatever happens, boys, put the hands out. You don't want to smash your teeth out. Put the hands out, and it just tore my hands to shreds. And then I think it was like the next day, my wife gave birth to our son, and the photos of me holding my son, and all my hands are like bandaged up, and then they're covered in these like mitt fucking things because they were just shredded to pieces. So that's what happens when you go to run your dog, but you don't have a proper jawing kit. But that's something that I want to do, but obviously I'd have to wait till these little dogs are older and more established. Because you can't be getting a dog that's equipped for that, like a high drive dog that needs that level of stimuli each day. And then you've still got two dogs that are learning and what's correct behavior. Because if they're only going to be like Macho Man's only like 4 kilos, Old Matey's going to be like 4 to 6 kilos or something like that. Like a dog like that, if it, you know, went to discipline them, come of age, goes to discipline them, it'll just snap them in half. So you kind of want to get their temperaments and behavior under control first. And it's just because they're young. Jens, good luck. Chill and finish my tourney. Horrendous bracket. Clouded, please tell Strom to buy Free Up Mastery. I can't convince him. Free Up Mastery is so good. Massive econ jump. Somebody was asking before, what's a good first mastery? I said rare package chance, and then I said a good second mastery is Free Up. It's pretty cheap. That's assuming that you make enough quid that you're able to get at least a few locks. Otherwise, it's kind of like pointless. Like only getting like one lock or something like that. There we go, boys. Bit of a tidbit. Strom got Free Up. It's looking like I might get fourth in your bracket. Hey, are you in this bracket? Oh, you jumped in. No. Why is everyone else stopped? No way these guys are stopped. Nah, they must be swapping their build, boys. We didn't get the most marshmallow bracket in NZ, did we? Fucking no. Okay, we gotta get some more distance. That's not enough distance. Because, you know, you might be like, this cunt's still in sprint. We need more distance, boys. No way. I refuse to believe our luck after our last bracket. Bro, that will be... You know what's going to piss me off? If we squeeze out some more waves, I go to sleep and like everybody switch things up and rerun. And then I'm like knocked way down. What we'll do after this run is we'll go have a little spysies on everyone. We'll have a little spy. We'll see what the goal is. Strom, did you see the cat? The kitten? There's a couple cats here. But they're old as shit. They're old like the dogs. Here's a note for you guys. Don't ever get all your animals at the same time. Because they all fucking die at the same time. And it's morbid. Don't get your dogs at the same time, boys. Create a bit of space. Don't get your cats at the same time. Create a bit of space. Filter them into your family. I think what happened is like, so we bought our house. And we were so excited that nobody can tell us what to do with our house. That we got a bunch of animals. And then we were cool. Got all our animals, we were cool. We're living life, whatever. And before you know it, wham. More than a decade's gone. And you turn around and all the animals are old and sick. And then it's just like, fuck. My babies. All of my babies. All fucking sick. Sick and old. My son just walked into the frame giving a flex. See that, boys? AK, what's good? What's good? Bro made points to give it a little bit of a double lat spread. Go, come back. Come back, bro. Don't show them your nipples. YouTube might, oh, look at the lats. Look at the lats, boys. He's on to weighted pull-ups now. Fucking lucky cunt, eh? He's on the late. He's on the boys said what a beast. He's on weighted pull-ups now. When I grow up, I want to do weighted pull-ups. I think my weight enough. The weight of my stomach is enough to to be weighted. Boys, I tell you what's funny. You guys know, you guys love all the work yarns that I have. Here's a funny one. Well, it's kind of funny. So Mrs. Clouded just got a job at my work. And what she does is like, what the job title is, it's a whole bunch of this and that, but one section for her job is she has to set up like all the new people, like go through all their health and safety stuff, go through all the formalities, do all their paperwork, set them all up, take them around departments, all that sort of shit. So she gets this new dude who's like, for me, she gets this new dude, takes him over to the thing, we sort him out a locker, all this sort of shit. And then it was funny as because we went to go look for something, and then we were like walking over there to look. So it's me, my wife, and the new kid. And then I like stopped because I remembered something, and I said, "Oh yeah, that's right." And I don't call her babe at work, you know, because that's like unprofessional. Even though I'm like the most unprofessional person you'll ever meet in every circumstance. But like, obviously, because to try to make it so there's not a conflict of interest, I be actual professional with my wife. And I said to her, I stopped, and I said to her, "Oh yeah, that's right. I got you this. So and so ordered it. You'll have to remind me it's in my office." And she's like, "Oh, mean, thank you." And I must have in that moment, because it's very foreign to me to see my wife at work. Got to remember, I've been there almost 20 years. And then I like looked at her, and I must have gave her bedroom eyes, like unintentionally, boys. It's very new to me to see my wife at work. And if you guys knew what we were like, we're like, you know, we're like a very strong couple. And like I like said, "Oh yeah, so I got this thing, it got ordered. You'll have to remind me it's in my office to give it to you." She goes, "Oh yeah, thanks." And I kind of like looked at her, and I must have accidentally given her bedroom eyes. And I'm like looked at her, and I must have like looked at her with bedroom eyes. And then the new person's looked at me, and then like I've looked at the new person, and he's looked at me and given me that look like, "Oh yeah, oh you like her." And then he's like giving me this look, like looking at her, looking at me, looking at her, looking at me. And then he's kind of like, "Oh yeah, this guy, eh? Just trying to buy something for the lady," sort of us. And then I've like looked at him, and then instantly like give him the, you know, "The fuck are you looking at, you fucking queer cunt?" "What are you looking at, you fucking weirdo?" And then I don't know, it was just a funny experience. It's super odd. But then like I'm like giving this new guy shit. So I figured it out, boys. It's all about psyche. You have to remember, like, I work with hundreds of people, and you can imagine over the course of the years, I've met thousands of people. Thousands, boys. Like thousands of motherfuckers I've met, I've seen come through the doors. Because you're not supposed to stay there for a long time. You're supposed to get in, get your money, and get the fuck out. So everybody to me that I meet, they're just a number. You know, I'm not sitting there like fucking trying to know anything. People are just a number. They're there to do a job, all this sort of thing. After so many years, you start to not become a number. You know, if you become like hanging around there like a bit more long term and that sort of thing. So there's like, I wouldn't say there's a way that you treat people. I'd put it as a way of, there's only so much time you invest in people, if that makes sense. Like, from a training perspective, you have to imagine, like, when you got that many people and the way the job's getting done, and I don't mean to sound cringe as, but it probably is going to sound cringe saying it out loud. You have to treat people like they're stock. Like working animal stock. I'll give you an example. Like, if you were out on a ranch, your fucking horse would be your working stock. And that's kind of how you have to treat people. Now, it doesn't mean you treat them like an animal. It just means you knock off what the necessities are, and then you do the extras for what's needed. Like, for example, you make sure they don't get sick. You make sure they don't get injured, because like what purpose is a horse going to be to you if it's fucking sick and injured and all that sort of shit? Now it's out of the game. Now you got to get another horse. You're a horse down. You know, like this sort of thing. And then like when it comes into like investment in it, like extra training when it comes to an operator, or we're using the example or the analogy of a horse, it comes down to this will make that horse more efficient at doing its job going forward. So you do whatever the extra training is. And like when you see so many people come through the doors and fall off, you do what's required to make them effective at their job, and then you don't do any further investment until they show some level of promise. Damn, we got chipped down. Alright, this is a bit of a rough one, boys. But I've figured out the psyche. Boys. You have to like instantly establish your authority with everybody that walks through the doors. Otherwise they'll run amok. And that's a massive generalization of the human populace. But 9.9 times out of 10, it applies. The rule applies. So you like instantly have to like gauge somebody, judge them, like physically first, because that's what they're paid on. They're paid on their physical performance in the role. They're not paid for how good they look or how good they smell. Don't give fucking none of that shit. You know, can you stand there for 10 hours carving meat at speed? You know, boom, this is a factory. Like, speed. So you like... But then, on top of that, you've got people's personalities, because obviously they're people. And people can be weird, man. You meet all sorts of munters, but when you're jamming that many people inside a box in a very unnatural environment, doing a very unnatural job, maybe hunting and gathering back in the days, there's a little bit of something there to be said, but you have to establish your authority straight away with people, because you get a lot more like rougher walks of lives, like especially the people that come in and are very staunch. Those are the ones you have to be very fast to establish your authority with, so they know like not to muck around. Because the guys that are normally like super rough around the edges, gang tats all over their face, all that sort of dumb shit, the first thing they do is all the good stuff that you have, they like find them out. And then they like, I wouldn't say bully, because I think that's such a cringe word, and then people use it far too often. But like what they'll do is they'll just make the weaker person do their job for them. Or they'll do their job at, instead of 100% of what that task is, they'll do it at 60 or 80%. And make the scared little good guy that's always turning up and always does a pretty good job, they'll make that scared little good guy, because he's too scared to do anything, do half of their job for them. You know, like, and I'm talking about stuff like they come to their station late, you know, they don't do their job properly, like all sorts of shit like that. And like those ones, you like instantly have to put them in the place, like as soon as they walk through the door, as soon as they step foot through the door, you have to instantly dominate them. Because if you don't, and they don't see that that's the sort of person that's leading that department, then they feel like off the rip, like they can steamroll through anybody. So like once they pass you, they'll do it to your supervisors, so the guy, all your team that's underneath you, they'll try it on with them, they'll try it on with the staff. They're just like miserable people to be dealing with. Like we had this one dude, this dude was huge. Big import. One of the biggest guys I've ever seen. Big, black, all the other rest. And he kind of comes through the doors, and I took a look at him, and straight away I knew the way that this guy operates is he'll make other people do all his work by using his size to intimidate them, and obviously he's got the physical prowess to back it up. He's gonna back it up. Like, you can't exactly sit there and say, like, you know, fuck up, cunt, wanna fight me? Bro, he'll eat you. He'll snap you in half. So I knew straight away what his type was. Just by looking at him, the way he carried himself, kind of walks through, he's coming with the person that's taking them around to induct them to the site, and I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not having no cunt. I'm the head honcho around here, not you, you fucking cunt. So they bring him into me to introduce him. Say, hey, this is Anaru. Anaru, this is some guy's name that'll never be remembered. Can't remember what the fuck his name was. And the easiest way to establish your authority is fucking look at you, you big bitch. Where'd you crawl from? And then straight away he's like, hey, this can't just call me a big bitch. What fucking hole did you crawl out of? Look at that. Fuck, you look tired already. Have a look at that chain, bro. Ask yourself why there's no one your size. And he like looks around, and clearly he's the biggest cunt in the room. To be fair, he's probably the biggest cunt in any room he steps into. And he looks around, and then, okay, go on, bro. Ask me why nobody in there is your size. And he goes, oh, why is nobody in there my size? And I said, because all you cunts are big for nothing. I've never seen any of you cunts survive longer than a week on my chain. And I go, look at that cunt there. He's half my size. He'll fucking cut you up in a second. And then he's like, oh shit. Okay. Boom. Instantly, you're my bitch. And he knows it. And I think like 3 days later, I went to fire him. I was like, nah, you're fat, you're slow, you're puffing, can't keep up. I told you, you're big for nothing. And I said, so either I'm going to fire you, and then you're going to go back to whatever country you crawled out of, or we'll see if we can give you to another department. we sent him to XL Daily's department. XL Daily, have this cunt, big fat bitch. This cunt, the fucking weakest cunt I know. Hey, aren't you, you fucking weak cunt? Here, you piss off over here. Boom. Instantly he knows he hates my department. He hates the authority. But I know he's not going to pick on my staff. Because he has two choices to make in that situation. Either he's going to bite back. Well, either he's going to beat me up. You know, that's not going to work out good for me. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work out good for him either. He's going to have no job. He's either going to bite back, or he's going to bite his lip. Either way, I'm in control. Because he's either going to lose his job, or he's going to shut the fuck up. But one thing he does know is that he's not going to walk into my department and bully any of my staff and get them to do anything. Because those guys that turn up to work, they turn up to work and not have some fucking cunt try to make them do their slice of, like, his slice of the job. Because it's one of those things, like, you can imagine, like, if we take this piece of paper and this piece of paper's got to go down the line like that, and every single person has to rip off a little piece. We start getting 4 or 5 people that aren't ripping off their piece. That piece still has to come off the piece of paper before it hits the end of the line. But it means other people have to do it. And that's the situation you're trying to avoid. There's one man and there's one job to do. Not fucking around. It's out. Nobody's moving. This can't be it, boys. We can't have got the most marshmallow bracket in NZ. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it, boys. Alright, is there anything else we can try? Oh god, you guys are going to think I'm a weirdo now. Be like, fuck, this cunt's out of it. But honestly, boys, it honestly works. You could do all the airy-fairy shit, and you could be, oh, we're all in this together, and we're all a team. It doesn't work, boys. Wrong industry. Wrong industry. Maybe if you're in, like, working at Kmart or something, where people want to, like, talk about their feelings or something. Like, a good contrast to that would be where my wife worked in a mental health facility, where people will talk about their feelings, and people will, you know, this is how this makes me feel, and this is how this is. Boys, not in the industry where if you tell somebody how you feel, If you told somebody that you're feeling tired, all they're going to do that day is pick on you and make you feel more tired. They're going to make your job even harder. What about that tired cunt? Let's make his job 10 times harder. It's just the nature of the beast. It's an unnatural environment to put hundreds of humans in. And it just makes people behave extremely differently. But he ended up being, that dude there in particular, he ended up being XL Daily's gift. Mwah, you're welcome. He gets a few of my rejects. I tell you what though, he took the biggest guy that I got. The biggest dude that I got. Boys, this dude was so huge, you can't even find boots to fit this guy. He can't even wear the proper protective, well, I wouldn't say protective. Wow, is it? Like the high visible, like the full outfit. He can't even wear it because you can't buy anything that big. This dude is fucking huge. Huge dude. And XL Daily's trying to take him off my hands. But you can have him, XL Daily. I'll finally give you a good one. Now, honestly though, like I kind of see it like, at the end of the day, it's all our site, no matter what department. And if he wants to go to your department, he's all good. But honestly, he'll be able to tell you, boys, this dude is fucking huge. This guy is a monstrosity. Like, we were even like trying to find boots and like chopping them and all sorts of shit to try to get this guy to fit. We couldn't fit him like anywhere that we found him in like this one job. And then we had to like pull, like you're supposed to stand on these stands and you're like cutting shit, like the hides come down the thing, you're supposed to be cutting it and all sorts of shit, like processing it. And we had to like pull all the stands out, so he was at like concrete level just to stand. And even then it's like it's at his fucking dick level. Like, this guy's fucking huge, boys. Absolute beast. I'm gonna try this, see if we get anything different. Boys, did we just get the most marshmallow bracket? This is absolutely wild. McChicken Joe. What up, Clouded? How's the bracket today? Ah, dude, it's looking good. It's like one of those ones where, like, I don't want to believe it. Well, I want to believe it, but I feel like it's too good to be true. I was full coming prepared that we had no shot at getting bot presets. We might actually get it, boys. Must have been a worthless pitch because I can't remember who that was. Bro, the biggest, blackest guy, the other big guy that we sent you, based on previous best from the rest of your bracket, you better start believing. Bro, I hope so, bro. You don't deserve the bracket until you get more waves than me. I tell you what, we won't talk about the luck of the bracket until it gets to lunchtime tomorrow. I'm just not, wow, I'm not gonna lie, I will check it. I did the same to Zephyr. You get the same treatment. Bro, I was jumped in his stream like on Tuesday and he got a really, really good bracket and he says to me, how'd you get? I was like, 1500 no keys. And he was like, what? He was like, dude, if you're in this bracket, oh no, the cloud phone, what's going on? Laggy. He was like, dude, if you're in this bracket, you would have got this place. And I'm like, fuck, that's enough to get the bot presets. I'm like, fucking fuck. Shit. That's the RNG of the, bro, that is so patchy. Sorry, boys. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the Temu tower off. Just in case, boys. Just in case. Let's turn the Temu tower off. And let's see if we get a little bit of something back. I actually think it's the cloud phone that's been playing up or slowing down quite a bit. Your work is something... Your work is something done without feeling. It devours a week. Bro, it's so barbaric, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, XL Daily knows, like, but XL Daily's been in the industry, like, just as long as me. We're like same age. So it's like, to us, it's like standard. But I know, like, it'll be very off to people. Like, my wife knows, because obviously, like, all of my circle, all of the boys, your same industry, we're all the same. And then she's also obviously married to me, so she knows, like, what the industry's kind of, I suppose, done to me. Like, it makes you a bit weird. But now she gets to see it in full force. Like, she's like, God damn. Like, like I knew and I heard fucked up shit, but no, now you get to see it. You know, it's just, but that'll just be any factory work. You know, like, it's not like, I've been in worse places. Like the one that I was saying, that's like the chain that I was saying, and it's like when Silent Hill and the pyramid head pops out and the whole world goes rusty. Boys, it's like that chain. You know, like where they separate you by race. Where your race is separated on the chain to stop, like, in-house squabbles and that sort of shit. That was probably the worst fucking place that I'd ever worked. That was fucking shocking. Like, our one's not bad. Like, the first thing I did when I took control of my department is I fired everybody that I knew weren't doing their job properly, and that I also knew were upsetting the other staff. Like, if you have, like, we'll say, like, XL Daily's department, you've got, like, the team leaders here, then you've got, like, a group over here, and then you've got other guys on forklifts, they're like another group, and then you have another group down here. So, like, all these little pods, groups, teams, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And let's say if you're in a team of 3, and then there's one shitter in that team, it will destroy the other 2. They will either become just like him because they see it that you can behave like that or not operate properly, and then be allowed to. So why would I put in the extra effort? I might as well be shit just like him. So they either ruin good people, or the good people have to step it up so much that they either burn out or get injured. So the fellas like that, but I just fired them all, bro. I was just like, done, you're out, fuck off. Go somewhere else. You're not doing that shit. You're not doing that shit with me in charge. Just got rid of them all. And now, like, my whole department is like no tough guys, which is mean. That's how you want it. Like, you don't want any tough. You want people that are like can work hard but not be tough. You just want people to turn up and do the job. Like, there's nothing worse than, like, if you're in a group of 5, and then if we go back to the other thing that I said, then one of the workers is shit. There's nothing worse. The only thing worse than one of the people being shit and pulling down the group, and then that just lowers performance overall of your department, is somebody who's a tough guy, and then he's like putting pressure on all the other guys. Hey, go and do this. Here, like, I'm not finishing this job, you finish it. And then it just creates a yuck environment for the other guys. So I'm like fortunate that I don't have like any guys that are like that on my side, because they either been fired, or I don't. I recognize it in the interviews. So when I interview people, you're like sifting out all the people that you basically just don't want them picking on your staff. Because again, it goes back to you. The people are like livestock. I know it's a fucked up analogy. I don't mean people are like animals. I mean it like the way that you treat good working livestock is the same way you got to treat them. And then if you had a group, if we use the analogy again of like a workhorse out on a ranch, but then you get one buck or something, and it's picking on the other horses, stresses them out, makes them not do the job properly, all that sort of shit. It's enough to bring down that group. So you gotta go, man. You gotta go to XL Daily's department. Boot it. Boot it. You're out of here, man. I'm not having you fuck with any of this stuff. Because then, yeah, the performance goes down. That could be like a whole group of your processing is like down. Their numbers are down. The performance is down. They can't keep up. Why can't you keep up? Oh, because this cunt's fucking, I've got to do my job and his job. And, oh, nah, we're not having that. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. You'd be 13th in my bracket? Wow. I shall consider myself lucky. Last 20, I got a PB of 7th place. It was an outlier for my waves. 7 to 10% of the marshmallow brackets. McChicken Joe. I was actually in the bracket with one of the other guildies, Midnight. Let's go. Guildies unite. I can't imagine what your personality is like at work, but it has to be 180 degrees different. Boys, if you knew what I'm like at work, you guys would think that I'm a fucking asshole. Straight up. Straight up. You would think that I'm fucked in the head or something. Because it's the only way to get numbers. Like, it's like as soon as I step through the gate, it's like the switch flips. And it's like boom, 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 numbers. Let's get these numbers through at whatever cost. And then when you leave, then you unflip that switch. And then you go back to being like a family person. But I'm not an asshole to my team. Because I got like my team and then you got my staff. But then you also have to like factor in like I'll use myself as an example. People will say that I'm an asshole. But like I'll give you an example. Let's say somebody rings up sick 3 days and you know that they're not sick. And then when they come back, you give them a tune-up. Where the fuck were you, cunt? Bro, while you're sitting there fucking pretending to be sick, these other cunts picking up your job because you're too fucking useless to get into work. And then that turns into, oh, well, that cunt's an asshole. I'm not the asshole. I turned up to work. You're the fucking asshole. You're the fucking useless cunt. You know, or somebody's not doing their job properly. If you do that job like that again, I'm taking you off that rate. You can go on a low grade. I'll put somebody else on that job that's willing to do that properly. Well, now that person perceives me as an asshole. Well, that cunt's an asshole. Why? Because I'm telling you to do the job that you're paid to do. Who's the fucking asshole? I mean, you can sit there all day going, oh, well, it might be like your approach and communication. Boys, this isn't Kmart. This isn't Kmart. We're not going to sit, I'm not going to walk up to somebody and ask them, what's going on in your personal life that's made you feel like you can underperform your task to your best ability? Come on, boys. Come on. If you operate in that way, people will walk all over you. People will stomp all over you. Remember the type of people we're talking about. 0 qualifications. You can have whatever convictions you want, as long as your convictions aren't something to do with PDF or something to do with stealing. Because obviously we don't want them stealing money. And if you have people with PDF convictions, then the other staff members will get scratchy. And now you're going to get one of your staff members beat them up, and then now you're down that operator that has the wrong sort of convictions, has the wrong history, and you're down another operator who you're forced to fire because there's rules and order that you have to uphold. Like, you get all sorts of walks of lives. You get the people that, like, don't even know how to tie their shoelaces. You get the people that can barely speak English. You get people with gang tats all over their face. You get people that are like, I don't know, somehow passed the drug test, but clearly something's off. You get all walks of life, boys. So you imagine, like, somebody's not doing their job properly, but they're getting paid to do it from the company. They got gang tats sprayed all over their face. They've done umpteen years in jail. You can't speak to them like, I just want to know what's going on in with you. Like, you're better than this. Like, is there anything that I can do to help you? They're gonna go, fuck up, cunt. Or they're gonna go, are you fucking mocking me, cunt? You're gonna be like, you know what I mean, boys? You know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. Even if you haven't worked in those sorts of, like, hardened environments, you already know that those sort of environments exist. You already know what I mean. You just know what I mean. Had to step away. How's the bracket looking? Really good. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Really good. The rotten apple spoils the bunch. Exactly, XL Daily. It'll just ruin everybody. You gotta cull them. But we're all a little messed up. We play the tower. Everybody that plays the tower definitely has a bit of a glitch in their brain. The type of players that have to play this game, there's something a little off. There's something a little glitched out with us, boys. Feelings at work are overrated. Nothing gets the job done faster than the offer of unemployment. Bro, hard out, bro. Hard out. Hard out. Nothing gets people to be grateful for their work like the thought of unemployment. Boys, I tell you what, like, I fucking hated my job. And I remember when the pandemic hit, and I turned around and, like, so many people were unsure of their job, and obviously it's like a necessary, critical industry, whatever the fuck they called it, whatever bogus shit they called it at the time. And fuck, I was so thankful to be working, eh? Like, so many people I know got hit hard. Their businesses got fucked. Like, we were one of those people. Our business got royally screwed from the pandemic. I think my neighbors lost their business. Like, heaps of people lost jobs that I knew. Like, all sorts of shit, man. It was rough out there for a whole bunch of people. And I was super thankful for my job then. Every now and then I, like, recite some of the one-liners that I say, like, at work. Like, one of my favorite one-liners is, like, when I'm dealing with somebody that, like, obviously something's gone wrong. They've played up, they've done something wrong, they've got themselves in hot water. One of my favorite one-liners is, you need this job because you need to feed your family. I need you here because I need somebody to do your job. The problem is XYZ, explain the situation that they got themselves in. Now, I need you. I really do. I need you in this job. And my favorite one-liner is, but I've got no problem doing this without you. I will figure this out. We will find somebody to replace you. And then straight away it, like, recalibrates them. And then they go, oh fuck. This guy, like, they know that you need them. But then it, like, recalibrates them and they're like, oh shit. But he'll just fire me. And it's like, well, it's what it is. It is what it is. Nora Ferry, hey hello to you too. How's everything tonight? Everything all good? Everything's pretty good. Sounds good. Here's a bit of a lore for you. What about you? Good. Just playing a bit of tower, talking shit. Actually, we've been talking shit about work for like the last hour. So let's spice it up with a little bit of lore for the fams. Not gonna lie, bro, when I was teaching, I skipped all the mushy stuff and told the kids if they wanted what they were getting, they'd have to work for it or fuck off, bro. And I mean, like, that's the reality of the world, eh? It's honestly the reality of the world. Like, once people get into the workforce, and, you know, you're just one of 8 billion odd people. But here's a little bit of lore, Lord. Do you do astrology-related streams? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Astrology. Is that star signs? Or astrology like space? Astronomy is one, astrology is the other. I always get mixed up the two. Here's a little bit of lore for the boys. And it's actually funny how this come up. Somehow I was talking to somebody about their siblings at work. And then I said, how old's your siblings? And she said, oh, my brother's, can't remember, 30 something, and my other brother's 30 something as well. And I said, fuck, I might have went to school with them. And I said, like, who was their teachers? What year were they? And then I was like, oh, nah, they would have been to school and I would have already been kicked out. Then she's like, oh, okay. And I said, yeah, I like, the problem that I have, boys, is I feel like I always got myself in situations where I kind of like, I am to blame because there was an incident, but I'm not solely to blame because, like, it's just a case of just a wrong timing, and then it is what it is. It's game over from this. I'll give you an example. So we're doing athletics. I don't know if you guys do athletics in your country, but every summer in middle school, intermediate, or high school, we do athletics. I'm doing athletics, and I throw, like, you know, you got javelin, shot put, and all that. I throw a discus at this chick's head. Now that sounds fucking terrible. Like, what do you mean you just threw a discus at this chick's head? But peep this. So everybody knows, everybody lines up, you're in a pair, you throw the discus, and the discus goes out into the field. And when the last person throws the discus, then you run in, you collect the discus, and you take it back to your other partner, and then it's their turn. So this is all before you get to competition day, where you have all the houses in the school, or all the clans, guilds, whatever you want to fucking call it, and then everybody competes. So you're like drawing numbers out of your house for who can put out the best numbers, and you get put forward as the people to compete. So I throw this discus, it knocks this bitch the fuck out. Clean out, boom, she's game over. But boys, this is how it happened. So everybody throws the discus, and everybody's throwing. There's still other people left to throw the discus. I didn't see, but for some stupid reason, because everybody's still throwing, this chick runs out onto the field, and I didn't see. So I do the big, like that, you know, and you're like that, and then, whoa, woof it. Bro, and like Krillin destructo this fucking chick in the head. Clean drops her. I go, fuck. And like, I don't care if anybody's still throwing or whatever. I run out onto the field. I see her, fuck, pick her up. And then I run her to the sick bay. Boys, it's not seen as she made the mistake, she ran out on the field while everybody's doing the Krillin and throwing Destructo discs. It's seen as You throw a destructo disc at a girl's face. Boom. I get absolutely slammed for it. I'll give you another example. I was sitting there talking to someone, and I say something like, fucking this, fucking that. This person who's walking past thinks I'm talking to them. So they start mouthing off. I start mouthing off back. Everybody's posturing. And then like a can, like this, but like deodorant with the cap, whatever, a can gets thrown. I dodge it. Boom, hits behind me, lands on the ground like a can of deodorant, like the person's grabbed it from their back, throws it, I dodge it, and then look down, and then the guys that are with me are like, you won't throw it back. And I'm like, yeah, fuck this cunt. So I pick it up, I throw it back, it misses, but as I throw it back and it misses, it hits the wall, the lid on the deodorant can breaks off like on impact. Like I throw it, it breaks on impact, and then that lid slides out, clips this chick like across the face, like just like cut, like because it's plastic, it's like shrapnel, cuts. I run over, fuck, shit, sorry, wasn't meant for you, whatever. Take my top, I cover the face, grab her, run into the sick bay. Boom, I get done. Did I do that? Yes. Did I intentionally mean for that to happen? No. Did I intentionally mean to destructo disc that chick in the face? No. But bad timing, bad whatever you want to call it, is what it is. I get done. And that almost, I feel like that almost sums up a lot of my schooling. And then like, because of all of these things over all of the years, it just, my school record was like, this little kid's a fuckwit. Don't matter where you put him, he's a fuckwit. Now there is some stuff that I'd have to hand on heart say that was dumb shit. So like at intermediate, which is like middle school, I couldn't go to camps. I wasn't allowed to go to camps. I wasn't allowed to play sports. I wasn't allowed to do like any inter-school sports. So say like you have this group of classes versus this groups of classes at dodgeball, anything. I wasn't allowed to do anything. And then that's just because, you know, cheeky, naughty, answer back, whatever you want to call it. So every time they would play sports, I'd have to sit back in class and feel sorry for myself. And I remember one day, it was me in my class and another kid from another class that had to stay back. So we used to catch up. Everybody would go up to their classes. We'd catch up and we'd just be like, fuck this, fuck that. And then one day we were like, you know what, fuck these cunts. So as they all got jumped into their physical education, their PE clothes, to go play sports or whatever, and we have to sit there in the class and not have fun because we're the stupid kids, we took all of their uniforms and we put them in the rubbish. We went into the like crafts cabinet and that, got all glue, everything you can think of, glue, their lunch boxes, their drinks, everything, poured it all in the rubbish, grabbed it all, mixed it all up, threw it over the neighbor's fence. So like that sort of stuff, that's fuckwit behavior. but all that stuff stays on your record as being a little shit. Get in trouble, get suspended, whatever, come back. Now you can't even be trusted to be left in the classroom because you're dumb cunts. So what we're gonna do, there's in between the classrooms, there's like another classroom. We're going to lock you in there. That's where you go, you stupid little cunts. So everybody goes play sports, has fun, pissed off because, you know, after like the umpteenth day in a row, you're sitting there not allowed to have any fun. And then look on the wall, and all the walls full of encyclopedias. All along the walls. Now you're going to do? Going to rip out all those pages. Fuck this school. Fuck these cunts. Fucking don't even want to play sports anyway. And then Boys, all of that stuff paints the picture for somebody when they look over your schooling, and then you throw a destructo disc, and some numpty runs onto the field. You know, bad timing, whatever, not paying attention, whatever, and then it hits that person, and then it's like, look over your history and go, oh yeah, you've got a whole history of misbehavior. Clearly there's something wrong with you. So it's like, a lot of it is to blame for, you know, like learning behavioral problems, and then some of it is just bad chance. Just bad luck, boys. Bad luck. Just bad luck, boys. I actually don't know what we're going to do about this. We just get chipped down. Don't know what we're going to do about this, boys. Right, we'll give it another nudge. And see if we can just get some sneaky luck. Why are there so many signs and everything? It feels like that. Best promotion, streambo.org. Why are there so many signs and everything? I'm not too sure, man. I'm honestly not too sure. I suppose it depends what you see the signs in. I'm not like a believer in like seeing signs and stuff, but I'm definitely a believer in follow your gut. Like if you're like, should I do this? Should I do that? And you kind of go like this. I'm like, whatever my gut says overrides whatever it is. I've trusted my gut for a very long time. It's gotten bigger as I've gotten older. But you gotta trust your gut, that gut feeling. Because a lot of the time it doesn't let you down, man. It doesn't let you down. Now, obviously, you like don't listen to some of the stuff that it says. Like if it says, hey, you know what? I should go get that V8 car, when you know that you shouldn't get it. I don't know why oh, boys, here's another one. So Shadow Saber sent me a message and he said, dude, I passed on your details to a cloud phone service, UG phone. And he said they're going to hit you up. And I've been talking to them for the last couple of days. So I got to try one of their phones, see what it goes like. And then we might be able to do a little bit of something with them. At the moment, I'm using LD Cloud. LD Cloud's been going really good for me. I have had a few like instances where I can't update it, where it gets like laggy, like real badly lagged, and then I have to like reset the phone. I've had a few of those sort of circumstances. I've had one where I paid for a phone, and this one really pissed me off. I paid for a phone like KVIP or something, and then when I checked it, that's not even what they gave me. And then they said something like, oh, you're in the queue to be lined up to get it. I'm like, dude, it's cheaper for the lower grade ones. Why wouldn't, how you gonna do me like that? Like, I've had a few instances like that. One thing that really pisses me off about LD Cloud, and I don't know whether it's just me, if you guys use it too, is I feel like it's really bad luck. Like, every time they bring out a sale, or it's time for me to renew my phone, I like go to do it, and then I swear it's like a day or two later, and then the price is cheaper. Like they have a different sale. Like it might be like you pay like 24 cents a day, and then like 3 days later an ad comes up and then they're doing it at 20 cents a day, and you're like, you've just bought 90 days worth or something like that. Like I feel like I get the worst luck when it comes to that. I tell you what, boys, in Tawny, Even though we didn't have a mean one, I'm definitely feeling, now that I put bot back on, I'm definitely feeling not having the ant bot. But boys, if this marshmallow bracket holds and actually turns out to be a marshmallow bracket, we're up, boys. Bot presets, we're up. We'll be ant botted up next tourney. I can't believe the luck. It can't be true. It can't be true. Oh, it's already moving. Oh, he got us by 2 waves. Oh, he might still be going. You dog. No. Is this the beginning of it? This guy stopped on 1400. But I don't see how. 267 relics. 200. And then my one is 65. He's got more relics and more waves. But yet his thing stopped. But normally when they stop at a flat number, I can't remember. I think it was Wiseco's stream where he pointed that out. He was like doing something and he goes, and he looked at the people, and after he did his run, he went down to everybody that's at a flat number, and he was like, nah, intro sprint. And then I've kind of just rolled with that. So this guy, like, this guy, what's that? This dude been playing 4 years. Wow, cuz, he's a boomer. Boys, this dude's a boomer. And Live Dog. He's a boomer, boys. He's been playing 4 years. Maybe he downloaded it ages ago and picked it back up. What do you reckon? Did that just move again? That just moved again, didn't it? Who's this guy? So this might be 1, 2. Boys, this might be one of those brackets. This might be one of those Zephyr brackets where it's like 300 waves to stay. I haven't seen a 300 waves to stay in a long time. Most of mine are like 900 or 1,000 to stay. So this might be 1,000 waves for keys. So this window here is like super congested. Like all of us here are all very similar waves. So all the congestion's here, and then it's extremely light at the top. Like, you know, there's no guys getting like 4,000 waves. Like that last bracket we got in the midweek one, 2,000 waves went all the way down to like 10th place or something stupid. 10th or 9th. It was like from 9 or 10 up, everyone was above 2,000 waves. So it was super stacked on the top end. And then obviously that filters down where everybody else gets butt fucked. Praying to the marshmallow gods. Oh, dude, I'm hoping so much because then I can do some dissonance. And Live Dog is me. Are you still running, bro? Smit and Smit and Live Dog, are you still running? I'm just going off this thing. Have you been playing solidly for the 4 years? Or did you like stop for a minute or something? Hey, you're a boomer. Smit and Smit. You're a boomer. You are a tower boomer. I think all these guys are stopped. Oh yeah, these guys have been there for a while. So it's just these two guys. This guy, eh? And Rex. Oh, I can't remember what the yes is for. Was that for stopped or going? Or was that for the 4 years? Oh, you've been solidly playing for 4 years? Oh, you still got to run. Yeah, I thought so. Because of that. So how do you stop that? Do you like pause it? But you can't pause it and go back to farming, eh? Or can you? Nah, you can't, can you? That's what they need to do, eh? They need you to be able to like pause everything on your farm. Swap to Tawny. go do the tourney, and then carry back on with your farmers. I mean, it's like, if you've got auto restart, it's not really a thing. Like, it's nothing really to stress about, because it's just, you just pick it up over time anyway. But for all the people that don't have it, it's like, it's really annoying. I remember it really used to piss me off. For 4.5 years is free to play. Damn, you've seen so many versions. So when you first started playing, when you were a little girl, what version was the game on? Was that V23? I wish they allowed farm runs in the background while we do tourney runs. 100%. Just the tower keep farming, eh? Like, the big issues auto restart. Like, GG's for giving everyone workshop presets, giving everyone bot presets. Like, that's obviously amazing. I'm hoping that the next Tower T, they say they're giving people auto restart. Honestly, man, like, everybody deserves auto restart. Like, if there's auto restart, I'd start a second account and I'll just let it chill. I won't be doing like anything related to it. Like, it'll just be something for funsies in the background, boys. Just a bit of a side quest, just a bit of a young distraction. Man, if we get the presets, it means next tourney we get amp botted up. Like, my waves dropped by, what, a few hundred not having amp bot. Sage. Amp bot plus bot bot. What a combo. And probably even amp bot plus. That'll probably be a smart thing to do, is to dedicate some stones towards amp bot plus. I'm really trying to work on substat efficiency at the moment. I'm really trying to work on substat efficiency. It's a very thirsty one. Xenomorph! I tend to join the tournament and then run it properly the next day. More time to farm so I could potentially get higher waves before the time locks. I think quite a few people do that. Try to make some tweaks. Try to get some extra stats up and stuff like that. Every little thing helps, eh? I think, like, I joined quite a few brackets and people kind of like do like an initial burst and then feel out where everybody else sits, and then from there, like, because normally when I wake up, brackets have changed heaps. I died 1431, my personal best. Congrats on the personal best, big guy. Dude, that's awesome. Congrats on the personal best. What version did you start the game on? Did you say, actually, we might be able to arc somebody? Let's have a look-see. You say 4.5 years ago. What is this? Update. What the fuck are we updating? What are we updating, boys? Start browsing. Sure. What? Should we say version? Was it version 0.25? It can't be. Bro, Bro, are you that old? Bro, are you that much of a tower boomer? Bro, you are OG. It can't be version 0.25. Oh wait, version. Wait. I'm confusing myself. Boys, can you see the stuttering on the cloud phone? What the fuck's going on? Does this say version 0? No, it doesn't. What is going on here? Versions. It doesn't say the date. It just says what the version is and what the thing was. And all of the things, if we use Lycona's catchphrase. But it doesn't say when the version came out. Oh, version 25 was the Legends one. Nah. We're way instead of that. We're in a way different time period. Boys, the cloud phone is struggling. It's not giving me much confidence. Bro, that overcharge is wrecking us. Did he miss on his last hit? He missed on his last hit, eh? Version 27. Boys, it's not giving me much help. Most likely because we just did a 5-year anniversary for the tower, right? Oh, we just did a 5 years, so bro, you downloaded it. You downloaded it like right near the rip. Damn, and I don't even know if they were like advertising like that back then. So you like discovered it naturally. Dude, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I was one of the guys that got suckered in by Uncle Fudd's ads. I was the wave where it got suckered in by Uncle Fudd's ad. Uncle Fudd's fucking got us like that, man. He absolutely got us like that. Like, there was like waves of us that got it through like the Instagram and Facebook ad and all that sort of carry on. I'm still getting ads on YouTube for the tower. I haven't, actually, like, I've got premium, so I don't like see the ads, but I haven't seen anything tower related. Honestly, like, I mean, like, aside from like obviously the content creators and that's like pretty much a given, but I mean like from a proper tech tree ad. .75, dude, bro. That's crazy. And have you had it playing like ever since? Like just non-stop? Have you had any breaks? Because bro, if I like honestly, like first off, like any game that you're playing for 4 years and it's still like going is good. Especially this type of game, you know, a single player game, all that other carry on. But from when you first downloaded the game, you must be so happy to see the growth that it's had. Like it must fill your cup with happiness to be like, go through all the versions, all the different things, see everything that's adjusted. How much wear and tear have you put on your PC or a phone by having the tower run for 4.5 years? I get my 2-year anniversary in like 3 weeks or something like that. 3-year anniversary. Oh, 2-year anniversary. To me, that's like crazy. Let's get rid of this boss. Fuck, there's an overcharge. I see, get rid of these two cunts. Oh, he's gonna take my shields. Come on, get him off. Ah, he's taking all my shields. The boss is gonna take my wings. This is the same. Oh, it's a double overcharge. I just want to change my orbs. Come on. Look at the overcharge is just tickling us. We're gonna get a boss spawn in soon. There. So I'm going to move my extra orbs out to try to trim some fluff. Just in the hopes that some of the multi-shots are focusing on other stuff and not focusing on fluff. The only really thing it can kill is tanks in normal mode and basics. But if it means that the bullets are hitting other stuff except for some of the basics, then I don't know. Maybe it's something. I don't know, boys. Anything's worth a shot. But we're not doing it at 1x speed. But like, look how choppy the cloud phone is. It's not a happy camper tonight. Boom. 3 years on phone. 1 on an old laptop. Now LD Cloud. Damn, 3 years on a phone, bro. How cooked was that phone? I cooked my like main driver, my main phone. I cooked like the screen on it, and then the battery, like less than 6 months playing the tower. I mean, it was a little bit of an older phone, but it was a good model. And then I actually found a phone behind the couch. I was like tidying up. I was like, oh, here we go. And then that became like the thing. And then I moved to PC and I ran it on PC. And then my son was like, dude, you never turn your PC off. You're so sad to it. And I was like, oh, no shit, actually. Let's try something else. And then I went back to like a side phone. And then discovered cloud phones. Are cloud phones expensive? Nah, dude. Honestly, everybody needs a cloud phone. I wish TTG made them or had some sort of service like it, but I could also understand like how that would go down with the community. People would all want one for free, and we should be getting this for free. But I don't know, you might pay like 15, 20 bucks a month. Probably cheaper than a Big Mac combo, big guy. That's kind of how I view it. Cheaper than a couple coffees. But they're like, probably like the first best quality of life. And then next would be like your auto restarts and all that other shit. But cloud phone, absolute game changer. Absolute game changer. To be able to access it from your like daily driver. And then just tab off the screen and let it do its thing. They're worth their weight in gold. Like, and especially the wear and tear that it puts on the devices. Alright, we might get slightly better than what we got before. Let's not jinx it. Let's try to overtake this dude. What we gotta do is overtake this dude. And he's probably gonna rerun again, but let's just try to annoy him.
Let's like make him go, fuck, now I have to run again. Ah, €8 a month. What's the euro to the NZ dollar? 2.5 times? 3 times? Alright, I just need to get 10 waves. I need a really lucky skip. I just want to annoy that guy. We've got nuke and 1 shield. I don't mean to do this at 1.5 times speed, boys. We just do what we gotta do, boys. Oh no, the boss. Yes, stun locked him. Come on. We just gotta beat that other dude. Just to make him rerun again. Because he's definitely stopped running. He's been 2 waves ahead of us for a while now. Been a little bit skimp on the death defies. We got in a couple, but a little bit scarce. Oh, we're gonna do it, boys. Boys, I tell you what, the puppy's been so good. The last 2 nights he slept in a crate. First night he slept till... Oh no! Oh no! The first night he slept till... Or maybe he's done 3 nights. First night was like somewhere around like 5-ish. The night after it was like... It might have been like 1:45. Like 4:45 or something like that. Last night he slept till 6 in the morning. I was stoked. Boys, we got nothing left. No, here comes the range. No, get off me. I literally got the same. I'm going to try one more thing, boys. I'm not going to run it that slow. One more thing. I've got a plan. Let's see if it makes a difference. One more thing. I don't mean to hold yous up. I know it's a crazy time in the morning where yous are. We're going to try one more thing. Because it's the mass enforcement. Didn't fucking click. So eventually the mass enforcement gets us. So let's go. Let's swap this around. And it's either going to work out or it's not. The only other thing I could do is put Shrink Ray on. But Shrink Ray at whatchamacallit instead of AD is 10%. Like, is 10% heaps? I don't know, boys. I don't know, man. Like, it might be okay, but I don't think it's anything to write home about. I might consider it if you get the sponsorship though, Cloudy. Bro, the buzzy thing is so they said that they'll give me 3 cloud phones. And I was kind of like, mean, but I don't know what I'm going to do with 3 cloud phones. Like, it'll be cool. Like, it'll be attached to my ID. Like, I thought it was like if it was 3 whatever, like on separate IDs or something, I'd like give the other 2 away easily. But honestly, dude, they're worth their weight in gold. They're so good. And the good thing is it's seamless transition. Like, I don't know where my phone is, boys. Hold on a minute. Like, I can... Like, it's on the PC at the moment, but I can pull it up on my phone. Or I could pull it up on a tablet. I could pull it up at work, wherever. Like, wherever you go, you just log in. You just pull up the app wherever you go. And it's just the seamless transition between it is absolutely stellar, my brothers. It's so good. And all cloud phones are like that, no matter what the brand. Damn, that really annoyed me. I just wanted to get like at least a couple waves ahead of that guy. But I forgot it was mass enforcement. So all of that adds up. All of that mass. I think you just want like a really strong CF. But I don't know if... We probably could sit at CF7 for a while. I won't do any crowd control until I feel like I really, really need it. Like, I'll have to really, really need it. The biggest thing for me is trying to do runs while I'm at work. I'll be offline, but at least if I can get it running before I go flying, I'll be sweet. 100%. Like, it's just running and it's doing its thing over at whatever server it is, wherever the server is, it's just on its own buzz. It's honestly, that's so good. I like seeing people talking about it, and I was just like, hey, like, what is this? And then I went through, like, I did Red Finger first, I did UG Phone, and then I did Aldi Cloud. Like, I don't know what the thing is when they give you the code. Like, it says something like, and then you can get a bit of the, I don't know, revenue or whatever if people use your code. Like, I thought, like, getting the free cloud phone was, like, the gig. It's like, mean. That's like $20 I don't have to pay a month. But like I was like a bit different. Like, well, I don't know. Maybe other people have said other things. I don't really like pay too much attention because I know like all of the guys that are posting stuff on YouTube or that sort of thing. Majority of them are sponsored by some sort of, or are in a partnership with some sort of cloud phone. But they went through like the stuff that they want me to do. Like, they're like, oh, you got to do ads. And I was like, yeah, like, I understand that. And then I was like, well, what are you looking at for like ads? And then it's like, you got to do a certain amount of ads and they got to be a certain amount of time. And I was just like, oh, nah, I'm not doing that, eh? Like one, because I'm lazy. I'm lazy when it comes to setting any of that stuff up. Every week since we started dual streaming, I said that I was going to set up my stream elements and all that. I still haven't done none of that shit. To be fair, there's a bit of IRL going on at the moment. But honestly, boys, like, I'm too lazy to be like, oh, that's right, here's the timer, time to run an ad. So I was just like, oh, nah. What about if I do like a 2 or 3 hour stream? Oh, you could do some mentions and do an ad. Like, how long does the ad go for? Oh, you go like 2 minutes. Oh, 2 minutes. I don't even know what to say for 2 minutes. And don't get that twisted with all the gobbledygook that I talk on here, boys. Because obviously, you guys will be like, fuck, this cunt does nothing but talk shit for hours. So obviously, we're here fucking talking shit. But it's different if I have to put my my oh, son, can you pass my phone? It's just on the table. It's different if I have to put my professioness on and be like, you know, like, how do we do it? Maybe we could make the ad funny, boys. But I was just like, oh, nah, can I just put like a banner? Like, where you guys are looking at the screen? Down there, in that empty gap where I'm going to put the creator code on the opposite side underneath the chat. Like there, boom. Can I just put like a rolling banner? Or can I put like... Can I just put like a rolling banner there and then put a link in my thing? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Each video put like a 2-minute ad. Oh, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to sound like a spoilt brat. I just mean like, I feel like if I put a 2-minute ad somewhere in a video that I post, you guys will just skip it anyway. You know what I mean? You might watch the first one for like shits and gigs, but then you guys will just like skip it. You just go like bang, 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 keep hitting skip. So like to me, it's like if it was just like in a banner, like in a slideshow, like we got slideshow up there, and that's sliding. We'll put it on the other side. We'll just have a slideshow. UG phone. Use this code here. Here's the QR code. You know what I mean, boys? Does that kind of make sense? Rather than stopping what we're doing, and this comes to the commercial break. Are you sick and tired of burning out your devices? Are you sick and tired of overheating and swelling your phone and getting screen burn? Well, have I got the services for you? Come on down and try a UG phone. But here's what I mean, JR. So that's on the PC, the tower. It's on the PC, just like playing, doing its thing. And here it is over here. So where's the tab? We'll touch something like there. Boom. See that? So whatever, if you had tablet, PC, whatever, just whatever you think, it's because this is just streaming. It's blurring it out. But this is just streaming the cloud phone. So I just collected the gem on my phone. So it's just like, it's like you're watching a stream of your thing. But you could see how fast that was between the two. It's like instant. It's like whatever. Because you're just communicating to where that server is. I respect the guys that got sponsored and do ads, but I agree, man. I can't. I can't do it. I can just imagine heaps of the boys skipping. Heaps of the boys would just be like, shut up. Hey, like the minute I start running ad, do you want to try a UG phone? Are you sick of screen burn? And then on the other note, like I also said to them, I'll have to try a phone because the one that I couldn't get any for my server, for the closest server for me. And then I'd have to try it again, and then versus performance. And then if like I like its performance, I'll have hand on heart, no problem. Would you like to try a UG phone? Well, come on down. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, say like, if I was running a banner or an ad or do something like that, you know, and a commercial break, whatever, but then it's a product that I don't use, like that'll be stupid. Do they got an app for that one on the phone or through the web browser? It's an app. This one's LD Cloud that I'm using, but all of the cloud phones, they're all on app. They're all on app. They got all the games. So where is it? So this one's LD Cloud. Boom, just there. Wait, where's my finger? Just there, the yellow one. Boom. So I got app, tap it. There's the tower. Hit my home button. Bonk. Wait. Oh shit. Oh yeah, just like that. I'll close it. So it's closed on my phone, but it's still, obviously the app's on my PC too. But then like I'll go at, pick my cloud phone, because you can have multiple cloud phones. And then it's just running. Just constantly running mode, like just running around the clock. And then, like, you're not getting problems with your battery. You're not doing, like, there's just none of that, bro. It's so good. I highly recommend it. I'd recommend, wow. For me, I don't know if I won't say I'd recommend it over this, but for me, I would choose it over buying the Battle Pass. Like if you're frequently buying the battle pass, I would put as and like if I was in a situation where money was tight, I would put the cloud phone first, and then I would go next to the battle pass. But that's just for me. That's just for me. Like heaps of other people will say like, no problem. Nah, man, get the battle pass, and then you can just run your other device and whatever. Everybody's situation is different. Not everybody has a mini Mac. Not everybody has a second device. All that other carry on, boys. Not everybody can afford to pay for power. All that other carry on. But probably like the amount of power that you use with your PC running non-stop is probably pretty thirsty. Cheers for showing, that's pretty cool. Bro, game changer. Honestly, absolute game changer. So the last one that I bought, the last subscription that I bought was only recently, because I just topped it up. I must have got a... It can't be 50 days. I think it rolls in 30s. So I must have bought a 90 day. And it cost me... Because obviously the more you buy it, the cheaper the how many cents per day. So at a standard price... And you always renew your cloud phone when an event comes up. Like it might be like Easter Festival. Instead of paying 30 cents a day, you're gonna pay 20 cents a day if you buy X amount. But the standard price, it looks like it, or something. So when you buy your first cloud phone, you might not really get a great price. Like it might just be like, it depends when you buy it. Like you can wait for like the event runs that they do and the discounts and all that sort of shit. Maybe I bought mine when nothing was going on and it was just standard price. But at the moment, like for 120 days, it's 26 cents. I think I bought 90 days at, might have been like 22 or 23 cents. So like that sort of thing. And you just kind of time it. So like 23 cents a day. I will probably put it out there at, that's USD. So I'll put it in Aussie. What is 23 cents USD in Aussie? What's AUD? So it's about 33 Australian cents. So about $2 a week. Is that $2 a week? It's about $2 a week, eh? Yeah, about $2 a week. But it just obviously takes that initial purchase. Like you got to purchase like in those larger lumps. So yeah, there's like that outgoing cost, and then you just forget about it, and it just tells you when you've got a renewal coming up. So when you're like, let's say 2 weeks before renewal, I would say like constantly checking for the discounts. Like at the moment, it's offering me 40% off the price. So the price is like quite a bit higher, but it won't say what it is in. But let's say at 120 days, the original price is 51 USD. It's offering 30 USD. I don't know when this thing ends. And then there's auto renewals as well. So it'll just constantly auto renew. But like some people just buy it by the year. But all the cloud phone services are quite you know, they're all relatively good, and they're all relatively samey on the price. Most of it, you're just judging it by performance. So if you buy it for like a week, and then try a different service provider, and then try theirs for a week, and see what kind of pans out for you. Everybody has different experiences. Like, heaps of people swear by one company and another. I've just found, like, I've tried, like, pretty much all of them. You have to watch out because some of them trick you too. And they make you pay by the hour. So you, like, recharge the credit balance of the wallet. And I've done that before. And then I didn't realize it was charging by the hour. I was like, damn, this is really cheap. But it was charging by the hour. So it kind of duped me. On PC, both web and app. Yep, for sure. 100% bro, I'll definitely pick a cloud phone over the event pass. I didn't even get the event pass. Bro, this one kind of like irked me, this event pass, because it had the, whoa, what's going on here? What was that? Bro, I got absolutely slammed. All those fasts coming in, eh? So I'm fending off the range, and all of those fasts were coming in. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. But we've already tried the other way. Doesn't matter. We've already tried the other way. Multiple runs. We were just doing this for doing this sake. Just to see if there was going to be a difference. Whoa, getting chipped by the fast. No! Oh look, we might do it, boys. We might just do it. We need like some epic wave skips. We might, we're going to end up in the same... Boys, if we die at 1480 again, boys, I'm going to be so peeved. I'm going to be a sookie. I know some of the relics and the extra medals coming in really nice, but I said might be the Asian in me. Nah, dude, do you know what it is, bro? It's the wise in you. Because all this is just pixels. This is just pixels. Eventually, one day, the servers will shut down, and this will all just be a memory. And hopefully for people that are along for the ride, it's a good memory. And if it's not being a good memory for you, then stop shitting in your hands and clapping and go find something that it is. For me, I'm having an absolute blast, but I think for the most part it's because you guys have all been a part of this journey. That's why at the end of each stream, I always thank yous all for being a part of this journey with me. For showing up all the time. Bro, the amount of advice, the amount of love that I get from a bunch of people, I super appreciate it. It sounds cringe as. It sounds super fucking cringe. But it's true. I do. Sang TV, Subclouded. What's good, big guy? What's good? About 100 Aussie a year. So I say $8 a month. Is that like $8 a month? XL Daily, dipping big dog, praying for the stability of the bracket. Much love. Thanks for stopping in. As always, Mr. Daily. You go get some shut eye, big guy. Oh look, we're gonna do it, boys. Bro, we're gonna do it. This dude's gonna be pissed. And I think that was just with a bit of luck. There was nothing that like fucking stood out from this. This dude's gonna be pissed. I hope we die on him. So we both get pulled down. That'll piss him off even more. And it's only because he has to rerun. He's probably gonna rerun and just beat me. But it's just for the funnies. We did it, boys. He's gonna have to rerun. Definitely a good memory, man. So much fun joining your streams, bro. Honestly, I always have a blast. And I know I might speak about some unhinged shit. Or I might go off on tangents. And that probably makes heaps of people be like, fuck this cunt, not listening to this guy. But boys, it's all for the law. It's all for the law. And a bunch of you just stuck it out with us. And for that is why I always thank you guys for being a part of the journey. Your turn to be the backpack. Bro, I hate it when someone does that to me. I hate it so much. Boys, did he missed. He missed. That boss missed. Boys, I hate it so much when someone backpacks me. And I love it so much when I do it to someone else. Boys, I love it so much it gives me joy. It gives me so much joy. Because, like, I got a history with, like, playing, like, games with, like, PvP, MMOs, that sort of shit. And there's nothing better knowing that on the receiving end, somebody's gonna be upset. Like, there's something, boys. Like, when you're in a ganking squad, and you're just, like, or go an assassin and go invisible. Like, you clock this guy when he's coming off screen. You just see his nameplate. And then you go invisible. And then you gank that cunt and you take his fucking shit. Boys, can't express the feeling that, like, just the laughs that you get with your crew when you've, like, ruined somebody's night. Oh, the boys, we death-defied and then got absolutely smoked. 400Q damage. Damn. 9-0. What a waste of a nuke. We had a death-defy and then go and waste the nuke. What do you think about Poison Swamp Plus? Would you invest in it? I will invest in it if they make some changes. That's what I'm hoping for in version 29. Is to move to a farming dim core. And then go Poison Swamp Plus. That's my hope. I think the problem is Poison Swamp Plus is super effective at killing a bunch of things. And it's okay at helping to deal with fleets. But it's not super effective. It's just helpful at applying damage to fleets. But the problem is, like, with any sort of damage, any damage dealer in this game, is when it comes to farm or it comes to tourney, it's not just about, like, applying damage, it's the timing of you putting out that damage. And if you're following, like, a damage build, which, like, you know, if we're talking about Poison Swamp Plus and that, then, like, we're looking at the speed at which damage is applied. So for a tournaments, for example, we want damage. That's like, we just want damage throwing out there as fast as possible. And the problem with Poison Swamp, that even though it, like, infinitely scales, it scales by the second because it's based on, like, a ticking system. Like in any game, when you poison a mob or poison an enemy or apply bleed stacks or something like that, it's like, that's basically what it's doing. Poison Swamp Plus is like applying a poison, and then it's like applying stacks, and it's like each one, it's the damage is going up and up and up and up, which is really good. The problem is to get off like 80 hits or 100 hits or whatever, that's the equivalent, and I might be butchering this, but this is my understanding of how it works. If you wanted to get 100 hits off, that's 100 seconds. Nothing is alive that long. That's like 3 waves, like in farm. So like in farm, there's multiple strategies, but eventually you'll get to the point where everything will eventually become perma death wave, perma GT, perma black hole, and when you're set up like that, where all your multipliers are permanently firing off, you'll have a really strong gold bot and that sort of thing. 100 seconds, or like, let's not even use that for example, let's just say 40 hits or 50 hits, that's 50 seconds. Nothing should be alive that long. It needs to die. Like, as soon as it's coming in, like it's spawning, it's coming in, and as soon as it's getting to your tower line, you want that shit dead. And the reason why you want that shit dead is you want that golden combo to just be clocking up as fast as possible. That counter needs to be spamming. Tick, 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 tick. And then that's the problem with Poison Swamp Plus, is it's not applying it fast enough, I suppose, when it comes to fleets. Now, I can imagine that it's really strong with everything else. Like, you get a ray, you stun the ray, whatever, and it's sitting there. All of that's like ticking up, and it's just wearing it down. Tanks, I can imagine it's really strong for tank ultimate. That the tanks are just sitting there being a pain in the ass, sitting there on your screen. And that poison swamp tags them, and then their health is just dwindling really fast. And that's where, like, it probably shines. But from what I've heard is that's just about where it shines. Now everything's relative. It's all relative to a whole bunch of things. And I'm sure that anybody that invests in Poison Swamp Plus will enjoy it. But at a certain stage, it's most likely going to fall off. And then that's probably when you get to the stage where you're fighting fleets. Now, there's other people that have a lot of success with it, and they do specific strategies. But the exception to the rule is just exceptional. So it's like, it's not really so much of a blanket for everybody else. I hope that was something. And again, I don't have it. So I'm only just spitting off like regurgitated information from other people. But I can also, without having it, I can see what they mean. I can see where they're coming from. Like, I don't quite have to have it in order to see, but my hope is in the new version of the game, version 29, there's a rework to Havoc-Bringer, and instead of it being on this multi, that instead it's based on, or something happens where it can adjust the way that Poison Swamp performs, and all it probably needs is a faster tick rate, like 2 ticks a second, 3 ticks a second, and like, let's say if I went to 2 ticks a second, it's like, it's doubled, like it's rate, like that's, like it wouldn't even be just double damage. Well, it could be seen as double damage because it's just ticking up twice as fast, but like if you think about the way that it scales, like that damage is just going bang, 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 bang. Like it's jumping up fast. And my other hope is that, if not that, then Smart Missiles. That Smart Missiles gets some version of a rework. And then that's another thing that I could choose to go into. And the only reason why I want those is because, and I'm not like pursuing inner landmines, is mainly because I don't want to part from OA, because OA is such a cheap damage. Like that percentage damage that it applies is so cheap and nasty, and it shreds things to pieces, that the amount of thousands of stones it saves you and having to put out damage is huge by just having OA. Like OA's carried me so hard for so long. And here we go, boys, back to the test. Back to the test, boys. Do we try and see if we can get this ancestral? Probably don't even need it ancestral. But yeah, that's like my uneducated version of Poison Swamp Plus, and I don't know, I don't have it, but in theory it should be excellent, and I think it was excellent, and then Fleets came out and made it not a thing. Now they did change the lab so that the same sort of Poison Swamp effect applies to Fleets. But from what people have been saying, or like what I've been reading, is that it's still not enough. It's still not enough to compete, to make it like the worthwhile thing. And one day when I grow up, I'll be able to have a try and see for myself. But my hope is that that's where it's going to go, because if that's where it's going to go, then that's my target is going to be Poison Swamp. Like all cards in, because I'm going to use it, and hopefully there's a Poison Swamp range slider, and I'm going to use it so that as a tool to help me move to tier 19. But there's so much juice economy wise that you can squeeze out of tier 19. Like, boys, I might see like 3Q a minute if I'm lucky, maybe 4Q a minute if I'm lucky, and it's only a vanity metric, but it's a very interesting one to look at. Boys, I'm seeing guys farming tier 18 in the hundreds of Qs, so there's so much more to squeeze out of tier 18. But eventually we're going to have to make the moves to go to tier 19. Like, let's say that, like, you're off to war, it's D-Day, you're about to land on Normandy, and you got your checklist. Normandy is tier 19. Fast ultimate, boys. So it's like, you need your checklist of, like, everything that you're going to need. You're going to need your compass, you're going to need your spare magazines, you're going to need your helmet, you're going to need your boots, and it's like all these little things that, like, there's plenty more room in tier 18, and there's plenty much more to do, and we're still going to be here for a very long time, but slowly over the course of time, I'm aiming to pick up the little things that I need in the checklist to move into tier 19. Okay, we'll do this week, or this fortnight, or this month, and I'll get the compass. And then the following week I'll get the hard hat, and then I'll get the boots, and then I'll slowly get the magazines, and then, like, over the course of months, your power's naturally growing in the tier, and you're doing whatever, and then you're also picking up the little things so that you can land on Normandy, which in this case is tier 19. So it's like, that's kind of the way that, like, I assume that's how everybody operates, or maybe people don't. But that's how I've operated probably the whole way that I played this game. That as soon as I break into the next tier, I'm figuring out what I need to do to break into the next tier. And then I'm slowly picking up all the little things as I seek to optimize the current tier that I'm in. Like, I know I mentioned it, like, maybe a few weeks ago about tier 19. And a few people were like, you can do this in tier 18 or tier 17 or tier 16, etc, etc. And I 100% know that there's so much more juice to squeeze out of where I am. Oh. Golden Tower bonus or CF slow? I feel like for tier 18 we don't need CF slow anymore. But I feel like at some stage we're gonna need the CF back. I mean, I'm wondering if we can. We got 5 million reroll shards. Boys, I've spent way more than 5 million trying to get the CF slow. Econ all the way. We should, in theory, just be able to kill things faster. And then maybe we don't need the slow. Let's try that. The other thing that I want is the Death Wave duration. Oh, Black Hole duration. Just to save some stones. Oh, that's not what I want. I want this. Otherwise I don't have perma. Alright, let's give this a nudge. So we gotta turn the swamp off. We gotta turn the black hole on. adjust our speed, adjust our orbs, workshop orbs, extra orbs, and then we reset the run, and then now it's all Gucci. So what I'm going to do, because we got the progress update tomorrow, we'll get rid of all the fluff, and we'll see what the test comes out like. This is the run that we cancelled early. This is about on par with my Multiverse Nexus. So let's do a proper run and see where we get to. This is where we were with Multiverse Nexus. So we had a massive jump this week in Econ. I think I mentioned that earlier, just by optimizing a bit better. And Sven, how are you? Havocbringer increases the Poison Swamp tick rate by the attack speed digits, like project funding with cash. Havocbringer increases the Poison Swamp tick rate by the attack speed digits. Dude, that would be crazy. By the attack speed. So all you gotta do is just get, well, you just got, I know what you mean. Nah, it'll be something like Havocbringer increases the Poison Swamp tick rate by the defense, by the, no, sorry. By the coins per wave. What's another useless stat? By the interest. There we go, boys. Interest per wave is now applied as the tick rate. So what I'm going to do, and this is just for my own reference, is I turned this on, the death wave, and I turned on the black hole. We could put on the GT, but I got perma GT. Whoa, what? 34,000. 3457. Oh, percent on the interest per wave. How do you get interest per wave? Is that a lab? Let's fucking look at this shit, Sven. Interest. Oh, it is a fucking lab. What is this? 99 levels! Boys, we're up. It's interest per wave. Yeah, they need to use like these useless stats. Like if you use the useless stats, it gives them a purpose. Where even if it's only for a niche part of the community to utilize it, it's still a thing. Mine's at 47. Oh, your level's at 47? Damn. What was the reason for that? Is that one of those ones where you don't know when you started out? Like, you're like not sure when you start out, and then you're like, oh, this must be a good one. Yeah, Sven got duped. I'm sure I've got a few labs that are probably like that. That's what I'm talking about. Give EHP a chance. I think I'm like one copy off adding another star to this. And then, yeah, it'll be black hole duration. Don't need black hole duration with GCOP, but we're going to need it when we to get ourselves towards Singularity Harness. And we need a lot of substat efficiency, boys. We need so much substat efficiency that we're not going to know whether to shit or go blind. I got workshop discount at 55 on all. I think my utility discount's pretty up there. 14, 16. Where's the other one? Hey, where's the other one? Do I have it favorited? I got mine at 68. I feel like this is a pretty good lab though. I don't know where the ROI is. Like it's probably good ROI, but only if you've got nothing else to do. Like my labs are jammed at the moment. Like these things here are stuck here until they're maxed. I've got other bots that I gotta probably do the bot, ant bot, and the golden bot down to 50 seconds. The timing of when to do those, not too sure. Not too sure, boys. So how's the death wave looking? So the death wave's like not permanent even with G-Comp, but it's very, very close, boys. It's very, very close. The black hole's permanent. The golden tower's permanent if I don't miss too many packages. So I'm pretty much testing this and then figuring out where the holes in the build is. And then we just gotta kill everything in sight. Just keep killing everything. And hopefully the extra damage from the dim core helps it. But yeah, a bit of a sneak peek for tomorrow's video. I'll let you guys know how the testing's going. It was very, very close. Before we had to cancel before the stream. And I was like a little bit gutted because I was like super excited. Because I actually got everything that I needed for Ancestral Dim Core on Wednesday. But I didn't have any, like, any blue modules. I didn't have like one of these made up, and I wasn't going to use my Prim C because I'm going to keep another one for Tawny if we ever need that route. And I've kind of mucked up with my Harmony Conductor because it's 5-star. Like otherwise this would be Harmony Conductor, but at the moment extra coverage for the scatters is all good. So we've only got a small black hole. I'm not like XL Daily with a big black hole. I've only got a little black hole. But I am interested in what I'm going to wake up to tomorrow. And then maybe at some stage when we go to move to tier 19, we roll back on having, what's it called? We go get a 90% slow back on. But hopefully we just kill things at speed. And then that'll just solve it all. Should get a faster combo, is what I'm thinking. Alright, we got the black hole, we got the death wave. So here's the death wave. It's like close to perma. It's not quite perma, but it's close. The GT's almost perma. And every now and then the GT might drop off. So it's kind of like based on packages. And then I am considering re-rolling the G-Comp because we're probably going to be stuck with G-Comp for a while. And rolling the free up stats. It's a shame that the enemy attack level... So this is set up for attack dissonance. Because I do like recovery package. So attack... recovery package, so it'll be a shame to roll those off. But I'm thinking with the Flamebot and the Ant bot, Flamebot and the bot, I'll get enough of like a little bit of something that it'll make up much more for the difference than what those little things are going to do. Those are kind of like nice to haves, but the real difference would be having Flamebot. That'll be a big difference. And look, this poor sod has to run again. Look, he's like, damn it, I have to waste my time and run again. And again, boys, massive shout out to and Live Dog. Got the PB tonight, boys. He got the PB. Massive shout out to him. Jumped into the chat to show us some love too. And Namuno jumped in chat as well. And we just got these guys. Xenomorph. I don't even see you hiding down there, Xenomorph. Xenomorph, we need you to run late, and you have to make sure that I get 6 keys. So if we wake up tomorrow and everybody is, and I'm like rank 10, then you're not allowed to beat me. You're not allowed to beat me, Xenomorph. I have to get those 6 keys, otherwise I don't get the bot presets. Don't do me like that, Xenomorph. I got fake FUDs in my bracket. Boys, I had fake FUDs jump into the stream like 3 tourneys ago. The handle was Fudsectomy. I couldn't stop laughing when I read that. It was Fudsectomy. And then I was like asking heaps of stuff about the Temu tail that was playing on the other thing. About the features, and then I was like asking about specific changes, and I was like, boys, this isn't the real Uncle Fuds. This can't be the real Uncle Fuds. How long has our stream been going? 3 hours. That's very on par for us, 3 hours. So, gents, honestly, wish me luck tomorrow with how this test with Dimcore goes. Hopefully it's a massive yay for us, and then we can just leave it on and fill in all the gaps that we need, because I'm hoping it's not one of the ones where, and like it is what it is, it's all about testing when it comes to this game, but I'm hoping it's not one of the ones where we have to like change, make some improvements, change like back and forth. Like I just want to like swap and then just progress onwards and see where we get to. Just go like onwards and upwards, boys, onwards and upwards. But I will take Puppy for a toilet, because then that means that we'll get a bit of a sleep in tomorrow. He might only wake up at 6:30 and not fucking 4:30, because that'll be lovely. He did sleep till 6 o'clock this morning, and I was stoked. Got up, took him toilet, jumped on phone, jumped into the thing with cousin Sam and everyone, and I was stoked. And then we were just on the missions all day. Went to Kmart to buy the puppy some stuff. And then what else? Then boys, went to teach my son how to drive. It was epic, because like I'm a bit of a hard man, but I wasn't being too much of a hard man. Like, nah, put the clutch in, do this, do that. And I was trying my best to explain it. Boys, when I first learnt to drive, I want to say 12? I'm trying to remember. I was 12. And then when I first like got taught how to drive, I was more like 14. So when when I was taught how to drive, I was 14. When I was shown how to drive, I was 12. So the showing how to drive is, okay, if I'm too drunk, this is what you need to do to get me home. Sweet. When I was 14, it was more like, from now on, you're going to drive because I'm going to be too drunk all the time. You're going to run errands for me. Whatever. I might need you to go down to the supermarket, get some food for your brothers and sisters. Yeah, sweet. And like, boys, my old lady was a fucking hard man, boys. Hard man. Get a fucking hiding. Don't put it there. Boom, backhand. I was definitely not like that. I was definitely not like that. I should have actually took a video. I think my wife got a video of my son, of my daughter doing it. But the concentration, boys. The concentration. Oh, it's not really showing up. The concentration, boys, because it's not a Toyota Corolla, it's a Mitsubishi Evo. We'll be concentrating. But my neighbors are actually driving instructors. So they said, oh, do you want to like do driving lessons? Take the fellas for driving lessons. So yeah, my daughter would come clean out the kitty litter and wash your dishes and empty your spouting. My son will mow your lawns. I wish I had driving lessons. Mine was just make you drive. Nice stream, bro. Hope the bracket doesn't move too much. Yeah, we just need to get to Xenomorph. Xenomorph, if you're still in here, we need to get to Xenomorph and say, if you're the difference between me losing the 6 keys or not, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry my little heart out. Please don't be the difference between me getting it once everybody starts their reruns. But gents, you guys, as always, have been absolutely stellar. Absolutely stellar. Wish me luck with the bracket. We'll see where we get to with bot presets. Wish me luck with the test for a DC farm. We'll see where we get to. And gents, if you like what you see, you know the drill, fam. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can see when the next video is coming out. And as always, keep it cloudy, fam.